Here we go. Okay, so Thursday night training. Listen, what we're going to hammer on and focus tonight is appointment setting. I'm going to do some live role playing with you guys. I'm going to show you how to set appointments. I'm going to show you some scripts to use. More importantly, we're going to talk about things not to do. Okay, and so we're going to hit that. What I want to show you really fast though, because when I was on my last appointment with Jen earlier today, was we were talking about how everybody has a website, right? So your rep website. Did you guys know that? Did you know you have a website? Like day one from when you come into the business, you have a website. Okay. And so let me show you what mine looks like, and then I'll show you where you can go find yours. So this is what your website looks like, guys, right? And so everyone's is going to look the same. Obviously, yours is not going to have my picture on it. It's not going to say my name, but the background is the same when you upload a picture, because I'm going to show you how to do that too. It'll be there. Your title will be whatever your current promotion status is, whether you're a representative, a senior rep, district, division, regional, senior regional, regional vice president, right? And then on up. The office information, this is our physical office, is in Tampa, right? And so we live in Florida. Our office is in Tampa. I don't go there every day. I go there maybe like once a quarter. I ain't trying to be down there. I work from home just like you guys, right? Your cell phone will be here. And then the rest of this is the actual like office information. Okay. There's some cool stuff down here. Once you're licensed for life insurance and investments, every state that you're licensed in will show up right here. Check that out. Guys, look at all the states that I'm licensed in between investments and life insurance. There's a few, right? There's a couple. And then like whatever like other like disclaimer information has to be put on there, like California has weird stuff, you got to put it here. And then there's some like cool videos, things that you can expect people to see. And then a lot of this is what we show clients in the financial house video, right? So really cool stuff. Because if how many of you guys have ever been talking to somebody like, oh my God, I want to, do you have any like reference materials or website you can send me? I want to do some research. Great, send them your freaking website. Sure, send it over to them, right? Hey, or if you like haven't set yours up yet and you're like, I don't know, maybe I should just send them Noah's. Like, hey, this is my regional vice president site, or just send them yours. Okay. Now I don't know if it's going to work. I tried to do this earlier and it wouldn't work for some reason, but your website is just www.primerica.com/your agent number. So we'll see. Mine is set to my name, but let's just see, right? LBE6G, that should be the spires. Hey, check it out. Look at that. Haley, your picture has not finished updating for some reason yet. Does it look any different than mine other than her picture isn't there, her title's there, where she lives is there? Check that out. The office information is the same. Haley, I would put your cell phone on here. That way somebody can reach out to you. And then she's not investment licensed yet, so that doesn't show up. But look at all the states that she's life licensed in. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. What we do and why shows up. How money works. It's the same. Guys, it's the same. Everybody has this, okay? So that's that. If you want to know like how to like look at it and what to do, the Primerica Online is where you go. So my POL and then all applications, right? So all apps for business. If you ever hear me say all apps, right? My POL, all apps, it brings you here. This is sort of like the back office. This is like the really boring side of things. But if you come down here under other tools, right, over down here, a couple of things. You can do your direct deposit. Like if you need to change what bank your checks are going to, you can do that here, right? Direct deposit, do the all compensation, and then rep website and my pictures. Okay, so you can change things right in here. And then the last thing I want to challenge you guys to do, not challenge, but something I would like you guys to go do is in this same spot, go to my info right here where it says my info. And then over here, you see where it says enroll in PEP. PEP is partnership or partner empowerment program. So like if you ever look at stuff, mine says like Noah and Melissa McQueen, right? Andy and Brittany Onstead, Nathan and Melanie Braley, Mario and Franier. Everyone has a partner in the business and they don't have to be licensed, right? But it's putting the recognition for the things that you're doing in you and your spouses or your brothers or whoever your PEP is, right? Whoever that person is, that way when it comes time for trips, right? They're going to get recognized. You're going to get recognized. When it comes time for you to earn your $50,000 watch, you get two. You get one and they get one. When you earn your power builder ring and you earn 100K in a year, you get one, they get one. Okay. And what I'd like you guys to do is PEP your name, right? So when you go in there and register your PEP, put you and your partner's name on. And at the very end of your name, I want you to add redline. Even if you don't have a partner, it's okay, right? Like if you're divorced and you're like, I'm never putting their name on anything, cool, no worries. Don't put it on there, but still go into PEP because this is the only place that you can add redline at the end of your name. Why does that become a big deal? Because when you start earning things and you get on a huge list, I want to just be able to search redline and search and see everybody. Okay. So makes life a little easier. If you have questions on that or you're getting stuck, I will like go back over that at the end. What I want to get into right now, though, is the appointment setting stuff. Okay. Guys, this is just us, right? Small group, about 25. I want 40 on. So if there's 15 people that you know should be here that aren't, please text them and get their butts in here. Like for real. Like get them in here because they don't want to miss this. All right. So let's see what this looks like. Here we go. We're going to talk about appointment setting. Does anyone else want to make 6 figures a year from home? Anybody? Or is it just me? I mean, I do, right? Guys, when Andy brought me into the business, he said, Noah, if you do exactly what I teach you to do, you'll make 100 grand a year online from home. And I said, whatever, bro. No way. And I was like, he's like, no, for real. But you got to do exactly what I tell you to do. You can't change anything. I was like, fine, whatever. And I went home and I told Melissa, I said, Andy said he's going to pay us 100 grand a year if we just do it. She goes, what? We didn't believe. We didn't believe. So me being the nerdy math dude, right? Here's how it works. If you get to a 70% commission contract, that means on average, you help a client, you're going to make about $700 per client. Because an average life app is $1,000 annually. 70% of 1,000 is 700. 3 clients a week, 52 weeks in a year. I'm no math magician, but the math says that's 109,000. Guys, even if I was half right and you only made 50,000 online from home this year, would you be mad at me? Don't think so. You'd probably be pretty happy with me. And I would be super happy for you because that would mean you earned your watch. And that's a big dang deal in this business. Okay. A year from home around your schedule. All right. So that's what it looks like. That's what we're sort of driving to. And if you get to 80%, well, it's even better. Right. Don't worry about this. If you get to an 80% contract, you just add an extra 10%. You're looking at like an extra 11 grand. Right. So I like that. Here's where I'm talking about. Here's where that comes from. When you're in your fast start window, guys, in the first 30 days, you can go from a 25% to an 80% contract. You just need to do 20 by 20. In order to get to the 70% contract, though, or 80% contract, you have to be fully independent before I give you that contract, before you earn it. What do I mean by fully independent? I mean, you can run your own chats. You can close your own independent recruiting calls without someone there with you, and you can close life insurance independently. That's what I mean by fully independent. You can get all the way to a 60% contract before you are even fully independent, though. Okay. So here's I just wanted to show you that. But listen, this business is all about showing. We don't sell, we show. Now, I know some of you are going, no, like, come on, we're in sales. Absolutely. But you have to change your frame of reference. You have to change your mindset when it comes to this because our job is to show so much value that a client just decides to move forward. It's not our job to sell. I'm going to teach you to be very good at sales. I can promise you that because I am very good, right? Not like egotistically, but I am very good at this business. I copied Andy and I just did exactly what he did. And I made it my goal to sound just like him. Okay. So I truly believe that you're part of a future $1 million hierarchy and you're being trained right now by a future senior national sales director. I believe that. Like that's just a given. It's just a matter of when it happens, right? So most people struggle in this business from a lack of a proper marketing strategy and lack of skills. Okay. If you're not willing to skill up, if you're not trying to sound like me every day or sound like Andy, you're not skilling up. You can never expect to have the success of the person who's training you if you're not putting in the same level of work. It's impossible. It's just not going to happen, right? Guys, I'm talking like I would drive to work when I was still in the army, an hour, sometimes an hour and a half each way, and I would listen to nothing in the car except Andy Onstead, Ian Pruckner, Bill Arender, Art Williams. Probably for the first 90 days to 6 months that I was in the business, I didn't listen to the radio. The only thing that I listened to were things that were going to make me better at the business, right? And if I wasn't listening to one of those guys, I was listening to like the SIE videos. I was playing those fast, right? I was listening to Series 6, 63, 26. I was listening to all of the things that was going to progress me faster through the business. Okay. So you're not failing from like Primerica. Primerica itself is not failing you, right? Most people that fail in this business fail from a lack of skill. And this is the big one. They're too afraid to ask for help. They're too afraid to ask for help marketing what they're doing, right? It's a game plan to get in front of people. That's what marketing is. Okay. And so if you know that that you're in a referral-based system, which we are, because we don't pay for ads, right? If you're in a referral-based system, guys, who is going to give you the most referrals? Think about it. Is it going to be because you made some random Facebook post and some dude from Zimbabwe saw your post and shared it? It ain't happening, right? That prince from Nigeria is not coming. No, you're going to start with your people. And the best way to think about this is a restaurant, right? If we opened a restaurant tonight, there's what, 25 of us right now that are opening the restaurant. We all know about the restaurant. We know how good the food is. We know how great the service is. But does anyone outside of our current circle, because we just opened it, like it literally just happened, does anyone else know? They have no clue. And will they ever know if you don't ask them to come down, have a bite, and then send somebody else down and like maybe leave a Google review or something? No, they're never going to know. Our job is to get in front of them and show them. Oh, too far. It's not our job to get in front of them and lock them in a room until they buy something. Zero. That is not it. Your focus should be asking for a favor, booking the appointment, and then edifying that potential future client about what we do and how great your trainer is. Think about it, right? If you guys started talking up your trainer to the person that you're about to sit down with, telling them how amazing they are, the just like how much they're going to like you, like whatever, right? Like whatever you think that is going to work for that person, that's what you should be talking about. And here's the crazy thing, right? If if those people are going to give you the most referrals, but the thing that you're asking them is pushing them away, can they ever give you the referral? No, right? And I don't know if Dwayne is on yet. He was working on some stuff. Dwayne, are you here, dude? Dwayne. No, not yet. Okay. I hope he jumps in though, because Dwayne yesterday had been working on setting appointments and had been failing miserably. Here's why. And I'm going to jump into some like how-to stuff. When Dwayne first came into the business, he was so gung-ho, but he was very, very anti-script. He was like, listen, man, the script is not me. My people aren't going to respond to that. I said, okay, do it your way. Let me know what kind of results you want. Or let me know what kind of results you get, right? Probably 2, 3, 4, 5 days in, he texted me finally and said, man, I went like 0 for 21. I said, what? 0 for 21? Like, what the heck are you saying? And he's like, oh, I was asking if they wanted a quote. I said, do you want to sit down and look at life insurance? And I said, bleh. Nobody wants to do that. No. I said, listen, I want you to go back to every single one of those people that told you no. And this time, I want you to ask for a favor, help you get some training, When would it be okay to jump on a Zoom call? Today or tomorrow? Yes, yes. That's it. He said he called three of those people that he thought were like fairly like good. They'd be like a lock, right? Like it should happen. He went 3 for 3 with setting appointments. When he followed the script and he followed the recipe, the cake came out correct, right? If you change your grandma's like most famous ancient like chocolate chip cookie recipe, are the cookies you get on the backside going to taste like grandma's recipe? No, you can't because you changed it. And here's the other problem. If you're changing things and not getting the results that you want, I can't fix you because I don't know what you're doing. So you got to stick to the script. Period. All right. So let's get back to that and let's figure out what that actually looks like. All right. So back over here, and I'm going to jump forward a little bit because we're talking about the script of things and go back to the big screen. Right. Here's the basics of the script, guys. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, man? You doing good? Listen, you probably saw it on social media, right? I'm working on some financial licensing. I just started a new job. I got to get some training in. I got a week left to get a huge promotion before the end of the month. This piece right here in the middle is that's the piece that's changeable, right? It could be before Monday, it could be before Tuesday, it could be whatever you need. This is just generally the basic script, right? Listen, man, would you be open to helping me out for like 20, 30 minutes on a Zoom call? Just take a look at what I'll be doing. If you can use it, great. If not, it would really help me out. As far as us getting together, when's better for you? Weekdays or weekends? Now, if you're trying to like get that appointment booked early, don't go that general. Tomorrow or Saturday, right? Yes or yes. I'm being like deliberately slow on purpose because I need this to sink in. You can't text somebody and send them the calendar and say, "Hey man, book this. It'll help me out." They ain't gonna do it. You can't text them and try to have that conversation. They're going to leave you on red. And then they're going to ghost you. And then you're going to get mad at someone that you thought was really close to you. Please don't. Have a quick conversation. It's a maybe 2 to 3 minute phone call at the most. Okay? That's what it looks like. So here's another version of the script. Why will it not move? All right. Hey, I just started a new job. I need to get some training done. I've got until Tuesday night to get a huge promotion. I'd love it if you could help me out for 20, 30 minutes over a Zoom. Just take a look at what I'll be doing. If you can use it, great. If not, it would really help me out. So as far as us getting together, what's better, Saturday or Sunday? Guys, anywhere in there, does it say, I need you to look at life insurance? I'd love to give you a quote. You got to buy something. No, it's not in there. And it's not in there on purpose because I don't want you saying it. For the love of God, please don't say it. Every time Dwayne asked somebody that, they told him no. Kaylee Boyd, right? Every time she went through her entire wedding list that we wrote out, like all 10 people, they told her no. Because she was saying, hey, I'm doing this. I'm working on a life insurance license. I'd love to give you a quote. I'd love to show you what it looks like. I think it'd be great for you. She was close, right? She was close, but she's off. She's off. Now, Kaylee, I want you to do exactly what Dwayne did. I want you to go back to those people and just ask for getting some help training. Right? That's it, guys. That's what it looks like. Let me go back to this really fast. Okay, so easiest apps for promotions, right? Yourself. If you haven't sat down and looked at your own, even if you don't get any coverage on yourself, you need to have sat through your own kitchen table client appointment because you need to know what the heck it's going to look like when we sit down with somebody. Because if they ask you, you can't look at them with like the deer in the headlights or like sit on the other end of the phone with that dead air on the radio and be like, because I want you to know and I want you to be honest with your people. Okay. Just don't lead with, I need you to sit down and look at life insurance. Guys, like we're going to do that as part of the appointment. It's going to happen because I'm going to guide the appointment and we're going to get that done as part of your training. If they become clients, great. If they don't become clients, great. If you can use it, great. If not, it would just really help me out. You either learn or earn on appointments, guys, right? And Kaylee said in the chat, her dad today was the start of the yeses because she followed the script. All right. But for real, easiest apps for promotions, you, your spouse, your parents, your grandparents, adult children, those are the easiest apps for promotions. Those are all what we call insurable interest, right? So like in this situation, I can have a policy on myself. I can have a policy on my wife. I can put my kids on that policy. Evan's going to be 18 soon. I can write in a policy on him as an adult. I could write a policy on my dad. I have a policy on Melissa's mom because I have insurable interest in all of those people. Okay. And so those are the easiest apps for promotions, guys. And this is your hot and warm market. This is all the same stuff you've seen. It's all in the orientation packet, right? Who are the people that you associate with daily, weekly, monthly? Your spouse, parents, the wedding list that we made, right? The party list if you ain't planning on getting married, right? Your best friends, their spouses, your circle of people. Angela's a gymnastics mom, right? Haley has a huge softball like cohort gathering, right? There's always something. Maybe you have a bowling league. I don't know, right? Church. People go to church. Guys, most people that go to church, do you know what sort of like financial guidance they follow? It's called Ramsey Financial. It's financial peace. What is financial peace from Dave Ramsey look exactly like? Oh, I don't know, this little tiny thing called Primerica. Term life insurance. Save your money, stay out of debt, max out your investments. Guys, that's financial peace. It's just like Dave Ramsey. So if you're people that go to church with you, if you go to church, right? Some of us heathens like might burn up if we step inside. You never know. But if you go to church, the people that are there that see value in what you do are likely following some version of Ramsey, which means that when you talk to them about what you're doing, there's going to be congruence. They're going to be like, oh yeah, we already do that. Perfect. Listen, I love it. You see value in what I'm going to be doing. Would you be open to just helping me get some training? Would you be open to just helping me get some training? Guys, those like open to will open every door. All right. But here's the other thing I want you to think about because my boy Dwayne was screwing this up too, right? Dwayne was trying to run an appointment when he was not on an appointment. Now, what do I mean by that? What is an appointment? Guys, it's a time, date, and place to actually give a presentation. Like if you're at church on Sunday, don't be surprising somebody like in the foyer, right? They're trying to grab a cup of coffee and you're trying to like rub their elbow, bump into them and trying to sell them a life app. Please don't do that. It's not the time or the place. You can have a conversation and set an appointment, drop some interest. Hey man, listen, I know we're about to step into church, but I'd really love to sit down and show you what we're doing. You know, my team and I are working on some pretty cool financial stuff. It's a lot like what we talk about in the church. You know, it's very, very similar to Dave Ramsey. When do you think it'd be good for us to sit down and go over that? It really helped me out. I got to get some training in, like Monday or Tuesday, assuming it's Sunday that you're at church, right? But guys, listen, I know this sounds like cheesy. You cannot give a haircut over the phone. You can't do it. And I don't care what you insert in there, right? Like you can't cut the grass over the phone. You can't give a haircut over the phone. The point is, you cannot give a presentation over the phone. And you should not try to be closing that person. You should just be setting the appointment. All right. When we're setting the appointments, this is your target demographic right here, macho. Macho, 5 or 4 points. Okay. If someone's married or has a significant other or has kids or is single with kids, those are the only ones that should be going on as kitchen table appointments initially. Now, if you have an adult child and you're kind of dragging them by the ear and sitting them down like Jen Sutherland did with her daughter, perfect. Okay, it doesn't matter that they're single with no kids. That's going to close because you told them it's happening. Frog in my throat, I'm going to fix it. Right? 25 to 55 is kind of the target demographic. That's the sweet spot. That's the price range where it makes the most sense. And that's usually the age ranges where people truly need what we're doing. Now, Anyone from 18 to 70 can be a client. Generally, if you're 70, you don't need a whole lot of life insurance, but anyone from 18 to 70 can be a client. When you're checking off the macho boxes, right, guys, children can be minors or adult children, doesn't matter. Homeowner on that box, homeowner is ideal, but I'm more focused with that box on they don't live in their mom's basement playing video games, eating Cheetos, right? That's the big one. Like, are they independent? Do they live on their own? Do they at least have some level of responsibility? And then occupation. They got to have a job because people with no finances do not need financial services. You with me? All right. Questions on this? Anything you want me to clarify? Put it in the Zoom chat, unmute yourself, or forever hold your peace. Okay, good. We already seen this. We've already seen this. Listen, your easy three, right? You are your first appointment. If you have a spouse, perfect. You and your spouse are your first appointment. I'm always going to set that appointment with you as a new agent because I have to get in front of you and your spouse immediately. I have to because I have to get in front of them real quick and get those like mean, nasty thoughts out of their mind. I have to because I can't have them like putting that on you. You need nothing but good coming in to your brain, and it better be coming from me or Haley or Angela or one of the other trainers out there, right? Your top three easy recruits and your top three easy kitchen table appointments. Think about it like this. Yes, we use social media, right? Like social media is the easy button. Who would you want in your business with you? And go recruit them. Who would you want to have with you? Like who was your ride or die in high school, in college, at your last job? Like who was that person? Who was your foxhole buddy? Right? Like for me, honestly, it's Andy. Right? Obviously, he recruited me, but we are peers-ish, right? Like I know he's a national sales director, but I don't, right? But that's my guy, like, because I don't complain down. If I'm having a bad day, I don't call Angela and start just pissing and moaning about how bad things are. No, I probably won't even call Andy. But if I'm going to complain, gripes go up, not down, right? If I'm having a bad day, it's going up. You'll never hear me have a bad day. If you call me with a bad day, I'm gonna be like, amazing. I love it. No, but all my appointments quit. Perfect. Go study for your SIE. I love it. They weren't the ones. At least they told you they weren't coming. Is that the answer you would expect me to have? No, you'd probably like, hey, it's okay, right? Don't worry. No, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to follow a dadgum disillusioned crybaby. Hashtag Art Williams, right? Like facts. They don't, right? And and it's not that I'm saying like you can't have that feeling. I'm just saying it's okay. I'm gonna give you something else. I'm gonna be your fountain. I'm gonna pour into you. Yeah, exactly. Go study for your SIE. Go hang out with your kids. Go work out for 30 minutes. I don't care. They canceled on you. Perfect. Fill the time, right? Me, Dwayne, and Kaylee had a recruit bail on us today at 3 o'clock. We waited for a few minutes, and that's guess what I did? I ran a mock interview and I trained them with the blue page and the recruiting script. We've already got the time blocked off. I'm getting something. In the back of your mind, that has to be your mantra, no matter what. Every time you have an interaction with somebody, I'm getting something. I'm either getting them to tell me that they're going to give me some referrals. I'm getting them to do a quote for home and auto. I'm getting them to close, right? They become a client. I'm getting them to share a post, make a post. Guys, there are so many positive things that can happen and can come from every interaction. You just got to hunt the good and go make it happen. Listen, I know this like perpetual like positivity sometimes for people gets like nauseating. They're like, oh my God, he's always so positive. Well, guess what? Somebody's got to be in the world because most people are negative. I gotta put the good out there. Eventually it's gonna come back, right? Your brain will eventually switch and you will be like, have you ever heard the whole old saying, like, be like a duck, right? Let that water, like, let it run off your back. Guys, you got to be like a duck in this business. It's just got to right off your back. You cannot take anything personal because if you take it personal, you will get in your feelings. And if you get in your feelings, guess what ain't in there? No freaking money. Nothing. You'll start sitting there wallowing in it and you're like, oh my God, they all canceled. They must hate me. No, they're people and they're idiots. love them where they are, bless and release, move on. That's it. The best thing that you could possibly do is love them exactly where they are. Use the old Southern saying, right? Bless your heart and move on. Move on, right? So check it out, guys. The back to the commission schedule. I want you to think about this. Have you ever been at a job or been in any other situation where someone above you, right, that was training you said, Haley, I want to give you a 100% pay raise in your first week in the business? Has anyone ever said that to you? No. Well, guess what I want to tell you? Listen, Haley, if you do exactly what I tell you to do, I want to give you a 100% pay raise. Are you open to just listening to doing what I like? I'm going to show you what to do. Especially in your first week or two in the business, you don't actually have to do anything, Haley. You just smile and nod. Can you smile and nod? Perfect. Check it out. If you can smile and nod, and we can do 6 appointments that close, right? 3 recruiting appointments and 3 client appointments. That's going to be about 6 hours of you smiling and nodding on average. And in those 6 hours, you will probably say a whopping total of 50 words. You're going to make a $650 bonus. I'm going to do all the work. You smile and nod. How long would it have taken you to make $650 at your old job? Unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Probably like a week.
A week. So if you could do it in about 6 hours on 6 appointments with just smiling and nodding, and all you have to do is set the appointment and let me cook, that would make sense, right?
Yeah, it did make sense.
It did make sense. And that's why you're at an 80% contract right now. Because look, guys, more importantly than the bonus is good. More important than the bonus is locking in a higher commission contract forever. Guys, once you lock in that contract, you never go down. I don't care if you sit around for 9 months and don't do anything. When you poke your head out of the hole like a little groundhog and write your one app, you're going to still be at your 50% contract or 60 or 70 or whatever. I'm never going to demote you. It's not going to happen because once you earn it, you earned it. That's it. And there's never going to be an easier time to earn it than when you're still in the beginning of your fast start. Look at all the red slashes. We cut the production requirements in half or by more. Your very first one, you have to do a third of the work that you would normally do. Behind that red line right there, like the little guy, like those are black threes, right? And so right here, think about that. If you only have to do a third of the work to lock in a promotion forever, and that first one by one is a $200 bonus, why wouldn't you do it? Promotion, bonus, right? Oh, here's the dirty little secret, right? If you never at least get a one by one, there is no bonus. So the 50 that's hanging out in there, if you do your pre-licensing in the first 30 days and lock in that extra 50 and it turns into 100, if you don't at least get a one by one, it's zero. Read the fine print. It's in there, right? You have to at least get a one by one. Don't stop there, right? So as a rep and a senior rep, guys, you're literally just smiling and nodding and learning to like parrot. Okay. As you get to district, this is when you probably will start like doing a little bit on your own. We say sprint to district and then train to division. All right. That's what I want everybody focusing on. That's what I want everybody focusing on. Guys, your list, right? That wedding list that we make you, that your trainers make with you, that's the beginning of 1,000 name list. It's evolving, it's alive, it's dynamic. You put people on, you scratch them off, right? You either check them off as a client or you scratch them off because they ghosted you. Whatever it looks like, you're constantly evolving. And you have to have like a running list. I keep mine, like my current one, like my like 30, 60, 90 days recent people, I keep them on a notes on my phone because I always have it available and I always want to be able to go grab it, right? So let me pause here because the next thing we're going to talk about is some objections, but I want to pause and answer any questions you guys have before I start dumping more stuff and throwing more stuff at you, right? Questions, comments, concerns, anything you guys have like come across already that you couldn't like get past that you want to go over really quick? Nobody? Nobody? Well, I'm gonna pull an Andy on you, right? So that either means you're all lying to me or you're not trying to set appointments. right? There's only two options. You're either not doing it, right? You're either not doing it or you're lying about it. That's that's a harsh reality in this business, right? Because if you have no activity in this business, that's sin number one. The lack of activity will ruin you forever in this business. All right. The most
Okay, so I do have a question about the activity then, since you said that.
Yes, ma'am. What's up?
Um, is okay, so is activity like considered as whenever you like give somebody a quote,
Nope.
like even if they don't buy it, or is
No,
activity selling the policy and bringing in recruiters?
that's a great question, right? Activity is anything that's going to move your business forward, right? Anything that's going to like move the needle. If you think about it in terms of scoreboard, it's anything that's going to potentially lead to increasing your score, right? So how do we increase your score? Recruiting, closing premium, right? So like closing with clients. Now, are we going to close 100% of the appointments that we sit on, Kaylee?
Definitely not.
No, of course not. And there's no expectation that we would close 100%. Here's why. It'll take us a little bit sideways for a second, but I'll come back and we'll get back on track. This is called 20-60-20. Those of you that have been around for a minute know what this is, right? If any of you have done like, oh, what in the world? Let me erase that. Let me start over. I can't handle my normal distribution curve cannot look like that. It's unacceptable. Right. So if any of you guys have like remember some like math from back in the day, what in the world is going on? It's driving me nuts. All right, third time's charm. Third time's a charm. Whoopee, close enough. Okay. So listen, statistically, right? Things happen in the mean, which is like in the middle, and things happen in the tails. So we say 20, 60, 20. These are percentages, right? If you add that up, it's 100. Now, what we're going to do though is we're going to turn this into people. Okay. 20% of the people are grumpy curmudgeons. You couldn't give them the cure for cancer for free. Don't matter. They ain't taking it. The other 20% on the other side is like your mom when you sold popcorn and Boy Scout stuff and Girl Scout cookies and like those chocolate bars. What are they? World's finest? Man, those things are good, right? They're buying all of them. It doesn't matter. They're in, right? These guys are out. They're turds. These guys in the middle, they're kind of sideways. They're like, hmm. These guys could go either way, right? These guys are good. These guys are bad. These guys are in the middle. But when I look at this chart, right, and the way I sleep better at night and I don't beat myself up is I look at these guys and I look at these guys and I say to myself, I am an 80% closer. Because if these guys are going to say yes no matter what, and these guys, I couldn't give them life insurance for free. Well, God bless. If I couldn't close it, it don't count against me. But these
So
guys,
just to like fully dumb it down, the middle 60, that would be like the quote.
so this
In
is
other
just to
words,
kind of this is just to kind of help you understand that you can't close everything, right?
okay.
These guys in the middle that could go either way, this is where your skills come in. This is where you overcome objections. This is where your product knowledge pays the bills. Skills pay the bills, right? So this 80% over here, I should close roughly 80% of the clients you put me in front of, whether that's a recruit or a client.
Okay.
80% of the
Okay.
appointments you put me on, I should close. Now, when it comes to activity, we're talking about what do you have going on Facebook, right? Do you have like new posts coming out? Do you have new shares going? Have you asked anybody to make a new post for you to get into a new market, right? Have you reached out to anybody to try to set some appointments? Have you asked anybody to, I don't know, right? Just sit down and listen. But that's where activity comes from. If you're just sitting around hoping that someone's going to call you and try to set an appointment, it's not happening. This is a business where you have to be the thermostat, meaning you have to physically turn the heat up. You can't be a thermometer. You can't just sit and watch, right? A thermometer is passive. Thermostat is active. I'm going to turn up the heat, meaning I have to drive the activity. Your business is like a race car, right? Guys, we have people that are making, like, just this month, we've created two brand new $2 million a year earners. That's crazy. We're at 162 million a year and 39 2 million a year. Not like career earnings. Like, I'm talking every 365 days, $2 million hitting their bank account. What is let's just do some math real quick, because this is gonna blow y'all's mind. If you're making 2 million a year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Divided by, let's just do days. Oop. That's $5,500 a day. That's bananas. The record right now is Willie and Lorena Naranjo. They make 8 million a year. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, divided by 365. Guys, these are numbers that just like make my head spin. That's a day. Willie and Lorena Naranjo have crossed $8 million in a 12-month period. They were making $22,000 a day. That's more than the CEO makes. That's more than the CEO, the COO, and the CFO combined make. Probably throw in a whole bunch of other C-suite people, right? It's bananas. Bananas, right? And this is, and you can see it. It's on POL every day, right? It's on POL. Go look. Watch. You can't escape it. If you're logging into the app, you can't escape it. Don't lie to me. It's found. Look right there. Omar Oropesa, number 39, 2 million a year. Giancarlo Gingoni. I can't even say his name. Bro makes 2 million. He don't care if I can say his name. He got 2 million racks, right? And if you just scroll down, like, the people are here. Here you go. Willie and Lorena, 8. Miguel, 4. These jokers, 2. Guys, there's no other business that I can possibly point to that has created this many millionaires that are making $1 million plus a year. I don't know one. I really don't. I truly don't. Let me get to the chat really quick. Oh, sorry. Full time. Yeah, Cheyenne, listen, at some point, if you've got someone that we sat down with that saw value, that wanted it, right? At some point, you have to stop texting them about that. Just keep having a conversation about life, right? Like, they're your friend, they're still your friend, they're still going to be your friend. You don't want to keep badgering them, because at some point they know that every time you text them and they look down, it's just about that. If you've talked to a friend a few times and it's just and they keep like letting it go, right? And they're not moving forward, hey, listen, this is the last time I'm ever going to message you about this. When you're ready to get your family taken care of, you know where to find me. Done. Done. Right? Yeah, don't be that overwhelming person, right? Text her again and just ask her how the babies are doing. Ask her how her family, like, whatever, right? Just small talk. And like, don't ever bring it up again. Just don't, right? Just don't. There's a whole bunch of literature out there that says, like, most salespeople will, like, they'll like text you or call you and be like, "Hey Angela, it's Noah, just checking in, wanted to see how you," but nobody wants to hear that, right? It sounds so needy. It's gross, right? If I have somebody that wanted to do something that hasn't done anything, and I can't get them and they haven't responded in a couple of times, and I've done my due diligence with follow-ups, right? The last text message that they will ever get from me concerning the business is, "Hey, Haley, listen, I assuming at this point that you went with somebody else for your coverage, as long as your family is protected, that's all I care about. Let me know if I can ever help in the future. Talk soon. Thanks." Period. Dot. I'm out. Because I don't need them. That one sale is not going to make or break me financially. I'm moving on to the next person who I need to help get into their market and get moving fast. I don't care about them. right? Cheyenne, you just recruited a new girl today. Get her in front of me or Haley quickly. Guys, if you're newly licensed and you're independent, but you can't get anyone to set appointments, stop trying to do it on your own. Put that person in front of your field trainer, whoever that person is, and you come to the appointment with them. Let your field trainer do the work. Would you rather have 100% of nothing or 50% of something? Put in the Zoom chat. Which would you rather have? 100% of zero, which will always be zero, or 50% of something, regardless of what it is. Something. Think about it like this. Here's another way to think about it. If I could run every single one of your appointments for the rest of your life in Primerica, would you let me do it? Would you want me to run every single one of your appointments, especially all of your client appointments? Would you want me to do it versus you doing it? Maybe. Some of you, for sure, right? Well, if you would want me to do that, then why won't you put your new people in front of me to let me help you both get better? Guys, this is a business where in the beginning, if you haven't hit a skill level yet, put the ego aside, put that person on your trainer's calendar and you go with that person to get trained. If you're not there yet, go, right? Because I promise you, if you're licensed and direct to your trainer and your trainer will get an override off of something that you're doing, if you're physically there, your trainer will do the work and then you will write the app and you will keep 100% of it. The only way I'm writing it and we're splitting things like 100%, is if I had to do like all the work and for some reason you can't do it. Like if you dialed in on your phone, you ain't writing the app on your phone. It's not happening. So come prepared. Dial into the appointment on your laptop. That way you can actually do something. Okay. So that's it. And Kaylee, good. No, to be honest, right? No, you need to get trained while you're in your licensing fast start before your license. Once your license grow, you need to go write all that stuff yourself. That's the right attitude, right? But if you stepped away and became a silent partner, you'd send it to me. I'd still split you. You'd get half. You get some mailbox money. You wouldn't be mad, right? If you couldn't be there, absolutely. That's when 100% of nothing doesn't make any sense. Let somebody else do it, right? So guys, biggest takeaways from today. Appointment setting. You have to master the audio. I put the audio in there in the Telegram earlier today. It's, I don't know, 48 minutes or something. If I promise you, if there's only one thing in this world that you're going to master when it comes to Primerica, if you master that, everything else will fall into place. Here's why. Because if you can't set an appointment, I don't care how good you are. I don't care how much you know about the product. If you can't get yourself in front of a client, can you close? No, sir. No, ma'am. It ain't happening. Right. So if this isn't even like a chicken egg discussion, this is without appointments, there ain't no chickens. Right? You have to be able to set appointments. Appointment setting drives activity for recruiting, drives activity for clients. All right. We kind of broke the code on appointment setting when it comes to recruiting. We do that all through social media in the script. Right. But when it comes to setting client appointments, you have to be able to call someone, set an appointment, have your trainer's calendar up, click the buttons, and book it. So what the heck do I mean by that? Last time I'll share something and then I'll answer any questions you guys got. Look, all of our calendars look the same. Me, Angela, Haley, Dwayne, as soon as he gets going, makes it, Matt, they all look the same, right? If you're booking a client appointment, it goes right here under free quote, financial consultation. I had like a little glitch. Oof, that was bad. That was almost ugly. And we were recording, right? So click view booking page. If there's an open date with an open time slot, it's in blue. You want an appointment for Friday? God bless. Get on my calendar. There's one for 6 right now. If you can see it, you can book it. Don't call me. Don't text me. If it's on there, take it. This is a first come, first serve situation, right? Whoever eats the fastest gets the mostest, as my dad used to like to say. Get in there. Go take the friggin' appointment. If you want me to run your appointments, put the appointments on my calendar and then confirm them. Don't just put it there and then like not talk to the client again, right? Don't book it for 3 weeks from now. If you're booking on my calendar or one of your trainer's calendar, guys, book it within the next 3 days, please. Because otherwise, if you book it for a week from now, that person's entire world is going to change. Most people know what they're doing for like the next 48 hours. Okay. So look, click it, client's name, client's email, your email. You're the guest. Put your email in here. Look, it'll go like that. And then it'll just drop your email in. Okay. That way you get the Zoom links, you get the reminders, you get the same exact stuff that your client's getting. Okay. So client info goes up here. Biggest concern, I don't know, put whatever the heck you want in there. Training, quote, I don't care. Just put something. You leave it blank if you want to. I don't care. What state are they in? This is super important because if you put like Hawaii, well, guess what? None of us are licensed for Hawaii. I can show them, but I can't close for you. Right? I can't do it. None of us can be licensed for Hawaii. Who referred you? You put yourself in here, right? Do they already have like financial planners, life insurance, those sorts of things? You probably know the answer to that. If you don't know, leave it blank. Don't care. Their phone number right here, and then check as much as makes sense. Married, right? Macho. Put their age in. Age gives me or your field trainer sort of like an idea on the demographic, right? Like if you put 75 in here, well, guess what? I can't close that. They're too old, right? And if you put 19 and they're not married and have no kids, well, guess what? I'm canceling that appointment. It's not a kitchen table appointment. Unless it's just you and you brought your adult kid and you told them that this is what we're doing. That's a different scenario, right? That scenario, I will focus heavily on teaching them about investing and paying themselves first. Yes, we will knock out the life insurance, don't worry. But just different flavor, okay? And then schedule it and book it. So, guys, like appointment setting, like back to the basics. You have to learn to set an appointment. I am never going to set your appointments for you. I'm not going to do it. Here's why. In the beginning, that wedding list that we help you make is like your top 10 people generally. If you can't pick up the phone and call your mom, your dad, your sisters, your best friend, and set an appointment, are you ever down the road going to start generating activity on your own and picking up the phone and calling some of your old people? No. You don't need a reason to call your brother or your sister or your dad or your mom or your best friend or the dude that you used to drink beer with at college. You don't need a reason. You don't need a reason, right? They're your people. If I call them, they're going to screen the call, hang up on me, and they're never going to answer my phone. They're not, but they're going to answer yours because you're going to show up. That's why you call your people. Okay. Well, we're 4 minutes early, but I'll take any questions you guys got. And if there's no
It's not a
questions, go ahead.
it's not a question, but Haley and I both like typed this simultaneously in the chat when you were talking about the appointments.
Mhm.
Y'all, if there's a time or date that you need and you don't see it open, call us. We can rearrange our calendars. We can ask someone else to help cover. We can move things around. So
Yep.
just because like if you have a client that can only do Sunday at 5 or 6 o'clock, if it's not open, just call and ask. We can make it happen.
1000% yes, and thank you. So just generally, I keep my calendar closed on Sundays. I work 6 days a week, Sundays for the Lord and my wife, right? So Sundays I try to keep that blocked. But what else do we do on Sunday nights? We do Sunday skills. I'm going to be home anyway. If I'm going to open appointment windows on Sundays, I'm going to try to open them in the evening in the couple hours leading up to Sunday skills. So keep that in mind. I keep it blocked generally, right? But if you have to get a client that's on a Sunday, try to go for 5, 6, 7, 8 if we have to. I'll do it. But that is a case by case basis. Call me, call Angela, call Haley, because we all try to protect that day. We all got to have some solid yellow lines in terms of things we're not going to cross generally. But one offs are okay. Right. How do you do the PEP setup again? Okay, yep, stand by. Hang on. Stand by.
While
So,
you're doing that,
mhm.
one of the big things I've had lately is, like Noah said, confirming your own appointments. I can confirm them all day, but in the end, they don't know me or they don't know anyone who knows me. So me confirming it doesn't mean anything to them.
Facts. Big facts. All right, so back to the PEP, right? So Primerica Online, My POL, all apps. There might be a different way to do this, but this is just the way I know how to do it. My info, the little bucket right here with the dude on it. Click it. It's not a bucket, it's just a tile. And then up here in the upper left-hand corner, it says enroll in PEP. And you can also update pictures, you can update personal info, everything you need, right? You can do stuff here when it comes to you specifically. But PEP right here, that's how you would do it. It got the instructions, you understand, yes. Right.
And just so you guys know, for the pictures on that, sometimes it takes a day or two, 24, 48 hours to fully upload it all. So if you upload it and you're like, oh, the picture's not there, it's coming, I promise.
Yeah, it's loaded. It's loaded. All right, what else? Any other questions on anything on POL related that I need to jump over? 100%. Thank you. Good. Okay. Last thing I swear, right? Because this is huge. Because the most basic objections that you're going to get and how to overcome them. Number one, oh yeah, let me talk to my spouse. I'll get back to you. They're not getting back to you, right? Hey, and then affirm, answer, close. Affirm, answer, close. Affirm, answer, close, right? Hey, listen, Angela, I totally get it. You need to talk to Ryan, but can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, you probably know Ryan's schedule just as well as he does. Am I right?
If not better.
Yeah, if not better. Amen, right? So, I mean, just generally on like a normal week when he's not flying all over God's creation, when's normally better for you guys? Is it weekdays or weekends?
Weekends.
Weekends? Oh, perfect. So, like Saturday or Sunday?
Either day.
Either day? Okay. So, I mean, I prefer not to work on Sunday. So, like Saturday, would you rather do like afternoon or evening?
Can we do early in the day?
Yeah, girl, I'll make it early as you want. You want to do like 9 o'clock?
Yeah, that's fine.
Listen, I'm opening you a spot on 9 o'clock. I'll book it for you right now. I'll pencil you in. I just need to make sure I got the right email and phone number for you. Let them give it to you, right? Book it. Hey, Angela, you're going to get a Zoom link really quick. I got to make sure you and Ryan are both there. Otherwise, I don't get training, like I don't get credit for the appointment. So please make sure you tell Ryan how important it is. Have him there. And then I'll see you guys Saturday at 9. If something changes between now and then, just call me. We'll get it moved. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Off the phone. That's the most basic, right? Let me talk to my spouse. How many of you guys have gotten that objection? Hey, yeah, I really want to help you out. Let me just talk to Jimmy. Let me talk to Susan and I'll get back to you. They not coming back. You have to be comfortable in your position of doing what's right for people. It's never going to kill them, right? It's never going to book, it's never going to kill them. And so here's the other basic objection. Not that one, not that one. Where'd it go? What the heck? Weird. Okay. Well, the other one is I'm too busy, right? The other one is I'm too busy. So listen, again, affirm, answer, close, no matter what. Affirm, answer, close. I'm too busy, right? You always have to get on the same side of the fence as that person. You have to be on their side. Kyle, I'll get to you in a second, brother. Hey, listen, Haley, I get it. I'm super busy right now too. Like I'm like burning the candle at both ends. But just generally, when your hair's not on fire and you're not as busy as you are right now, when's normally better for you and Philip? Like just generally, like weekdays or weekends?
Weekends.
Awesome. Like Saturday or Sunday. I know his schedule changes all the time, but
Saturday.
probably Saturday. Awesome. And like, is he working nights right now? Make it personal. You know these people, right? Is he working nights right now or days?
Nights.
Ooh, so we got to do like an afternoon when he's awake, right?
Right.
You want to do like 5 or 6, which would be better?
6.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna pencil you guys in for a 6. We'll get it done. And I get it, it's Philip. If something changes, just let me know. We'll get it moved for you, okay?
That sounds good.
Guys, these are your people. you know their quirks, right? Like make it personal, be a person. Kyle, what's your question, buddy?
With the opportunity puzzle, that the one you saw from my mom on, I believe it was Memorial Day.
Mhm.
How would I would it if I did it with my fiance? Would I do my partner's financial business or my fiance's?
No, it's still just your like she's still Angela's friend, right? It's still like
No, my fiance.
you
How
want
would I put that on? Because I was gonna have my fiance Christy do one for me too.
yeah.
So I was trying to figure out how to word that.
Oh yeah. Then you can just say like just say, yeah, my fiance's financial firm. That's fine.
All
Simple.
right, thanks. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, you're good, bud. You're good.
Angel. So with booking appointments, normally the only ones we have double booked are going to be recruit calls, not any client appointments.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
And we double book because a lot of times people no show or cancel, and we don't just want to waste that hour doing nothing.
Yep.
Okay, I understand. I figured it was that, but I just had a question on that. I wasn't sure how that worked.
Yep. That's actually like a great point to clarify. I don't allow my calendar to overbook clients. The only appointment slot that I will allow to overbook is a recruiting call because, like Haley just said, people are flaky. All right. So here's one last little tidbit when it comes to booking appointments on just like do's and don'ts, right? Like if you're booking an appointment for a client, it's an hour-long appointment. If they don't want to do anything, then it won't take the full hour. I know my video went wonky, it'll come back, right? But here, let me find one that has more. But if you're going to book an appointment on a Saturday, Sunday, whatever, any day, try to book the client appointment at 10, 11, 12. We call it top of the hour, right? Like at the even hours is when you want it to book that. Here's why. If you book a 12:30, 12:30 goes to 1:30, which means that now my next open slot isn't until 1:30. But if you'd have booked at 12, now I have a 1 and a 2, right? So don't be greedy. Don't be stealing slots. Now, if you already get there and that's all that's left, right? Like then it is what it is. But if you come in and it looks like this, if your client says 11:30, be like, hey, is there any way we can do 11 or 12? If they said 11:30, they're still free at 12. There's your trick, right? Hey, 11:30 is not there, but you'd still be free at 12. Am I right? Perfect. 12 o'clock. Boom, lock it in. Sound good? That's what I want you guys to try to focus on. Okay. There we go. All right, guys. So listen, we're 5 minutes over. Sorry, right? But I think this was really good tonight.